Okay, first of all, to mix our sealer, all you got to do is take the B and pour it into the A and shake it vigorously. You want to make sure you get all the B out because this has been specially formulated to mix perfectly. This bottle here has been formulated to do 4 square feet. So all we're going to do is just shake it up for 20 to 30 seconds just to make sure we got that B and that A blended really well. Then all we're going to do is just let that sit for just a minute or two and let it settle, let the air get out of it so that it'll go on a little bit smoother. The most commonly used application is just to wipe on, wipe off with a rag. All you do is take the sealer, pour a little on your countertop, and move it around with the rag. We want to make sure we cover the whole countertop so it's equally dispersed. And what we're going to do with this now is we're going to let it sit for a few minutes and let it penetrate in. And then we're going to wipe it back off so we get rid of most of the streaks and splotches that we get from the rag. Now, after we wipe this off, you can come back and just look across it using the light and you can see if there's any streaks or splotches in it. Those streaks and splotches should flatten out, but if they're not gone within 15 to 20 minutes, they're not going to go away. So you just got to come back and wipe a little bit more to get rid of all of those streaks or those splotches. Okay, you can see that I've covered half of this now. I've waited about 15 minutes and I'm going to come back and just wipe it off to try to get rid of any of those streaks that I have on there. Now in this part, it's important that you don't wipe it all off. If you wipe it all off, it's not going to protect as good as it could against the stains and the scratches. So just wipe it off a little bit like that, and you can see there that the streaks... That is basic installation for the wipe on, wipe off rag method. The second method that we can use is by just using a roller. The key to getting a roller is to get the very fine nap roller so that you don't get hair and you don't get bumps and lumps. This will put it on fairly smooth. All you do with this is pour some sealer on there and move it around with a roller instead of a rag. Now the benefit of doing it this way is you get more of a consistent spread on there and you get more sealer on there. So all you do is take that roller and move it around until you cover it the same way as the rag. The only difference is we don't wipe this back off, we just roll it on and leave it alone and it'll go on very. And this way it'll flatten itself out. Okay, we've got everything sealed here. This should be good enough. If you're wanting a higher sheen or a smoother texture, you can go ahead and wait a day till it's cured out perfectly and then come back and go over it again and do the same application. That'll put it on even thicker, give you a smoother texture, and also put a little bit more sealer on there to give you more of a sheen. As far as the curing time on this goes, it'll be dry to the touch within 24 hours. It actually doesn't cure out fully like concrete for 28 days. So you really want to just be careful with it for the first little while. After 24 or 48 hours, it's okay to start using it. The only things about Envision Sealer that need to be really focused on are that you need to mix it thoroughly so that you get the A and the B mixed up. And the other thing that could cause you a problem is not getting it on thick enough. If you do those two things, you shouldn't have a problem with the sealer. It should turn out very well for you, and it should be pretty easy for you to apply.